There's this thing that happens in our society, and it's like the inversion, the superficial, the backwards, upside down, inside out version of our society, and what it's done to the naturalness, I would say, of not just being human, but being spirit. There's often, if we look at children, they have this lust for life. And maybe they find something that just brings them into their joy, and their expression. For me, it was dance. I think artists, most especially, have this just innate desire to express themselves through whatever form of art, whatever it is. And then what happens is society goes, oh, you're talented, you're gifted. Ooh, let's make you into something, right? Let's make you into some kind of product, and let's perfect that. And let's make it a skill, and let's make it, just this perfect, like, porcelain doll version of that, what was originally this wild, unleashed, with abandon expression of the soul. That's what it was, right? That's what it was initially. And our society likes to tame everything that is wild. It likes to tame nature. It likes to tame animals. It likes to tame people, humans. We are nature. We are wild. And it's not just in our human flesh form, but our soul and our spirit. When you connect to that essence, it's free. And it wants that sense of freedom, right? And yet everything in our society is draw within the lines, stay within the box, stay within the line, right? It's created this kind of very militant, rigid way of being. And so what I want to speak to today is that when we're coming up against that heart and soul's yearning to express ourselves, whether you're a musician or a dancer or a painter or a writer or whatever it is, and there's that critic that comes in, or there's that, I'm not good enough, or I never made it, or I'm not famous, or, again, our inverted society is like, well, you're only as successful as you are famous, and that the whole world sees you, and that, you're doing it on this large, grand scale. And it's kind of bullshit, because actually the expression was there from the beginning because your soul loved it. You loved doing whatever it was that you were doing, right? And so I think these times, as I've been talking about, that we're coming back to our natural state, we have the choice to, right? We can also go very much in the opposite direction, but if we want to choose to, we can come back into our natural state. And part of that is letting go of all the shoulds of society, and all of the belief systems and the programming and the rules and regulations of how you should be a human being, and basically say, fuck that. I want to come back to my joy. I want to come back to my liberated state of being, which is just the expression of my joy. And this pertains to beyond just being an artist. It could be you, being in the garden, sewing, knitting, being a librarian. It just doesn't matter. What matters is what brings joy to your heart and your being and your soul. And can you do that with absolute abandon and just not put any stipulations of what or who you should be and what it should be or what it should have been? So I when I was told when I was younger, Corinne, you can see directly into a person's soul, I now look at that and I can recognize how I can. And I also recognize that part of my life's path has been to always stay connected to that part of myself. And I know that when I function on that level where I'm communicating to someone soul to soul, I'm doing my work soul to soul, I'm expressing myself soul to source, it's a totally different ball game. And I think in this time of awakening, we're not just awakening to what's here in the 3D world, we're awakening to who we truly, truly are. And part of that is taking off the shackles and the lead or the leash of what society has put on you. It's not even yours. So this is a time to give ourselves the permission to remember, who are we really? And if I could live from that place, if I could speak from that place, if I could express myself from that place, what would that be like? What would that feel like? So many people that have so many dreams and go, oh, but in society, it doesn't work, or I shouldn't, or I should be here, or I can't do that. Screw what society says and follow your joy and follow your bliss, and do it even in the smallest of ways, and you have no idea what that will actually become. But I had to really learn when I stopped being creative, because I thought, oh, it has to either be in front of thousands or not at all. And I'm so glad that I just said, you know what? Actually, I'm going to do it because I enjoy it. And then I put out these little videos on Instagram, that are totally imperfect, but they make me happy. And maybe they make some other people happy. I was driving, I'll leave you with this. I was driving back from dropping off my daughter. I wasn't feeling very good because I'm coming out of having a bit of a migraine. So I had probably a bit of a serious face. And I'm merging onto the motorway, and I see on the side this young woman riding a bike. She's just smiling. Not at me, she's just smiling. And it was like, oh, that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. It just made me smile, completely shifted my energy. So do not underestimate the expression of your spirit and soul, because that was it in her. I saw her soul in that moment. So let your heart smile, let your soul smile, and give those parts of you the permission to do what they love. That's why we're here, right? The rest is just bullshit, right? Anyway, as always, take it or leave it as feels right for you. Believe in yourself, please. Yeah, let's believe in one another again. And as always, loving you from afar. Bye.